Hi there, my name is Dan, and welcome back to All One, the United Anatomy of Being. This is episode 25, called Energy and Human Perception. So, as we have already said, nothing in the physical universe exists or occurs without energy. All the motion and change, undeniable characteristics of this level, cannot occur without energy. And once again, as demonstrated in the first part, the body, the soul, and the whole, everything physical is simply energy slowed down. And now to reiterate what we learned in part one, again, particularly because the repetition is so helpful and important, the two most fundamental energy categories are uniting and separating. These energies existed prior to the creation of the physical universe, were necessary for the creation of the physical level, and were themselves created from the infinite potential of the pure consciousness of being. But nothing actually happens on the soul level or the level of pure consciousness except being, or simply being and having the consciousness or awareness of it. However, the potential for something to happen can only come from that being and from that consciousness of being. From the infinite potential of pure consciousness and being, awareness of being just one thing developed. From that awareness, the first, or at least the first few feelings were developed. Given that being and awareness of it is a wonderful thing, as I think we can all attest, it is highly probable that the first universal feeling from consciousness of being and then consciousness of being one was bliss. But bliss is not a big motivator for change. If you are extremely happy, you're most likely to not want anything to change. What must have occurred eventually after the feelings of bliss from awareness of being and then awareness of being one was a feeling of discontent from either the loneliness or boredom of being only one thing without the ability to experience anything else. And discontent is certainly a big motivator for change. And for something to have changed at the universe's pre-physical existence, and for there to be something more than one, there had to be awareness of the potential for separation from the unity of itself. Then, from the awareness of the potential for this to manifest, a separating energy that could manifest it had to develop. And then, however, before there could be awareness of the potential for separation, there had to be awareness of unity or some united state. And before there could be an energy to manifest a separation, there actually had to be a uniting energy, enabling this one thing to be united, but then also to become separated. Now, humans know the most about consciousness from what we have experienced and learned about ourselves and our species. And all current evidence points that we are the most complex form of being that exists in our universe. We may be wrong about this, but this is what we know now. We also know that action is directed by the energies of thought and feelings, or the energies of the mind and the heart. And what is essentially suggested here is that action from being, or action from consciousness of being, works similarly for any being with consciousness as it does for the entire universe. Just being has potential, immense potential, and on the level of pure being, infinite potential. For anything to happen from that potential in the form of action, again, energies are required. Those energies, while varying in specific types, are ultimately, again, uniting and separating energies. And it is the interaction of these two energies that enabled the physical universe to manifest and enables all that is and happens in the physical universe and on the physical level, really, to occur. These energies are also the two energies that enable any human action on the physical level to occur. So not only are the mind and heart the human tools for perceiving, uniting, and separating energies, they actually are the tools with the capability to direct these energies, which in turn creates the action for physical manifestation and physical results. And this is extremely powerful. And at the root of it all, whether we are aware or not, is consciousness. For it to be really useful, though, in regard to affecting change, directing beneficial physical outcomes, improving thoughts, feelings, overall experience, and ultimate happiness, more awareness is required on the mind, the heart, and how they operate. While these two energetic levels of our being are inextricably connected and therefore a little difficult to isolate from each other, the primary focus of this section of the series is the mind and how it has developed and how it operates. The next primary section, or part 3, will focus primarily on the heart and hopefully begin to complete our understanding of unity consciousness and the wholeness of our being. So in the next episode, which is called The Mind and the Heart, we'll really be discussing and exploring and explaining the mind, the difference between the mind and the brain, and really how this operates, although we're going to go into much more detail through the rest of this section. So thank you very much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.